The remarkable demand for quality yearlings continued into the second session of Book 2 of the Tattersalls October Yearling Sale, with the son of See the Stars topping the session when selling to Roger Varian for 700,000 guineas. The colt out of listed winning mare Along Came Casey was offered by Eugene Daly's Longview stud, having been bred by Highview Bloodstock Limited, and is a half-brother to Group 3 Darley Stakes winner Feliciana de Vega. Another offering to command plenty of attention on day 2 was a night of Thundercult out of listed winning mare Assidious Alexander, who sold to Jamie McCalmont, agent for White Birch Farm and MV Magnia, for 575,000 guineas. The Marchborn colt was consigned by Mount Armstrong stud and was one of 20 lots by the exciting young Darley sire sold so far, the sale's leading sire by aggregate at the close of day 2. Fresh from registering their best ever result at Tattersalls last week in Book 1, when selling the Kingman colt out of Wall of Sound for 750,000 guineas, Andrew Black's Chasemore Farm picked up where they left off, with the second highest price achieved by the farm for a StarSpangled Banner colt and full brother to stakes performer Breege, who sold to the Hong Kong Jockey Club for 550,000 guineas.
We say we've never had a horse be vetted so much, not even Book 1, Book 2, and you get jittery still even coming off here, but he made the money. They all followed him in. So. Compared to Breeze's full sister, who's done well this year with John Quinn, he's not as scopy as her. He had a big, heavier shoulder. I'd say he'd be more of a sprinter. She's being trained for the Guineas next year for John and us, so yeah, I'd say he'll be a bit quicker than her. Although she's no slouch. She won over 5 at Wetherby in like May, so but he looks like a speedy horse, bred for speed.
Derby-winning owner Saeed Suhail continued to add to his haul on day 2 with the purchase of a Frankel colt out of listed winner September Stars from Watership Down stud, who was knocked down to his agent Richard Brown of Blandford Bloodstock for 450,000 guineas.
We tried a number of times last week on Frankels and they went well beyond what we were realistically hoping to pay. Saw this colt a couple of days ago, and Sai came up this morning and actually sort of picked him out himself walking around. He was on the list, and but before I told him that was the horse, he was the one he liked. Look, he's going to need a bit of time. He's a middle distance 3-year-old, but Side's very patient, and he's got some very patient trainers, so hopefully he'll repay us in a couple of years.
The popularity of the Frankel stock continued, with the last of just 4 catalogue lots by the Juddmonte champion selling for 425,000 guineas when offered by the Kamani's Fittock stud. The filly out of Via Lazio, a mare purchased by the consigners in 2019, was offered at the December foal sales before being brought home unsold at 130,000 guineas, with the thought that she would fill out and catch the eyes of yet more buyers as a yearling. It was a decision vindicated, with bids from both the Shadwell and Juddmonte operations pushing the ultimately successful purchaser, Mick O'Donoghue of BBA Island, all the way to the 425,000 guineas paid.
She was a lovely physical, one of the kind of more precocious, smaller types of the Frankels, which we kind of like. You know, she reminded me a bit of one of the first good fillies that I had east. She was quite precocious and she wasn't over big, so yeah, she was a very good physical and from very good breeders, from a good farm. So she ticked a lot of the boxes, as they say. So we decided we'd give it a crack. Frankel, he's done extraordinary things so far. So you know, they're expensive commodities, but we don't mind spending the money for them.
Another vendor to register a landmark success in the ring during the second session was Bally Shannon stud, who sold a See the Stars colt out of Group 3 winner Waiting for the Day for 350,000 guineas, their best price ever achieved in the sales ring. The colt is set to continue his trajectory in the care of trainer Jane Chapel-Hyam, having been signed for by former trainer and breeder Peter Harris, leaving the care of James Hughes, who prepared the colt for sale on behalf of Angela Roach.
We came here with what we thought was a very good individual, being the first foal by a very good sire. We didn't expect what we got. We were just thrilled. He's just been a credit to the people at home that are working on the farm. They've done a fantastic job along with myself to prep him and get him here. And he's just done everything that we've asked him all week. And to get this result is fantastic.